Thanks for being with us. I'm Drew Scott. We begin with the race for the White House and the possibility of a Long Islander claiming the Oval Office. Tonight, Seaford Congressman Peter King says he's still not sure, weighing his options after returning from the key battleground state of New Hampshire, where many members of his own party are stumping for support as we speak. The House Republican spoke about the race and his chances of winning if he runs with News 12 Long Island's Rich Barabi.
For the 12th time in the last 20 months, Republican Congressman Peter King of Seaford traveled to the first-in-the-nation primary voting state of New Hampshire this week. The congressman delivered a pair of speeches in the Live Free or Die state, including one at the Republican Leadership Summit in Nashua. That featured a virtual who's who of potential Republican presidential candidates. So, is Pete King running for president?
I'm still looking at it. I mean, to be honest with you, the response has been good. I think that there could be an opening.
The 2016 Republican field is already crowded. Senators Ted Cruz of Texas, Rand Paul of Kentucky, and Marco Rubio of Florida have announced their presidential bids, and a whole host of others plan to make major announcements in the coming weeks. So, is there room on the stage for this Long Island congressman?
If I can fill a gap and there's people who want to support me in that, then I'll certainly look at it.
Why wouldn't he jump in? Well, money is a factor. King readily admits he may not be able to raise enough to contend. But he wants the GOP primary to feature a candidate that will counter the Tea Party darlings like Senators Cruz and Paul. It's a role former Florida Governor Jeb Bush or Senator Rubio could play. But if they don't, King is already proving to New Hampshire voters he will.
We can't have candidates going around saying the enemy is the CIA, that they're more worried about being attacked by a missile from the CIA in Starbucks than they are about ISIS. We can't have people saying we should shut down the government.
King will, of course, have to win over voters in New Hampshire if he does decide to run for president. But what do folks here in his congressional district think of the idea of a King candidacy?
He doesn't fool around, comes right to the point, and when he thinks something, he says it.
Think that's a good quality for a president?
I think so, yeah. I think that's what we need.
No, not particularly, no. And I don't like his support of the Republican administrations.
King says he'll make his decision by the summer, and it's too early to make campaign promises, but some members of his family have a few ideas.
My grandson just wants me to promise him that if I do get there, that I'll turn the Rose Garden into a baseball field.
In Massapequa Park, Rich Barabi, News 12 Long Island.
As Rich touched on, we're more than a year away from that.